League.
Oh my God, I put money on the table to play against Girona. The game we've already won. I know who won't play against Girona though.
Who?
Your boy,
ODEGAARD.
Thomas Partey.
We'll see. I've got a feeling he might play. If he doesn't play, then that's a massive case. That'll be madness. If he doesn't play, I tell you, what's I gonna say? Yo, he's got a little nickel, a little nickel, man. Yeah, safe.
He might not play.
We'll see.
I don't think.
I don't think the rumors. I don't think that they're true. But if he doesn't travel, then 100% it's true.
We're gonna
100%
you know what we're gonna start to hear? Knock. He's got a knock. Remember
If-
Seville away last year? A random knock. Came back 2 weeks later.
Man,
He's a
like,
maniac.
decision making.
Timber as well. Timber just come off from ACL. I've not seen his brother rest. The only time I see him rest is when he got suspended. When he got too many yellows.
Yeah.
I think he had to take the game out.
How many
Bro.
times has he been hobbling off?
Bro, he's finished.
He's telling them you're added to go off.
Yeah. He's like, no, play, bro.
Wallahi, I've never
Brother,
seen a
play.
player sock start from there,
Yeah.
and by the 60th minute, his socks are down here, bro.
Yeah.
And his calves are swelling up.
He tells him so. Arteta looks that way. He's like, I'm focused on these. He said, please get me off the pitch, bro. Wallahi, get me off. Hello and welcome back to the playbook. We are back. I know it's been a minute. It's been a very, very, very long time. I apologize. That's all my fault. But we're back now. We're back for good. We ain't leaving. No more breaks. No more time off. Obviously, we both won a little pre-season, but we're back now for good. I'm back with my brother Dawood. It's been a long time. How you doing, brother?
It's been, I don't know what to say. Just since that last podcast, it's been.
It was Arsenal Liverpool the last one.
It's been up and down. It's mainly down than up. But yeah, got a lot of stuff to say. It's probably going to be one of the spiciest episodes back.
It's been a minute, but a lot's happened since then. The last one was Arsenal Liverpool. We drew that game.
Yeah,
we haven't spoken since then. Obviously, you kind of say a lot of things have gone wrong since then. At the time, we were speaking a bit, not negatively about Arsenal, but was definitely less optimistic than optimistic at the time. And obviously, we did say that's the biggest game of the season. Yeah. We did get the draw. Obviously, since then, in hindsight, it sounds worse than it is, but we're not in a great position, obviously. No. With injuries and stuff, there's a lot to talk about in terms of that. Arteta, there's a lot to talk about with him. But where I want to start is Saturday. Molineux Stadium. You actually played at that stadium.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
Yeah.
So you and Arsenal, you got something in common.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I
just realised. Yeah. So Molineux Stadium, Arsenal.
Shocking stadium.
Terrible place. Madueke's right. What is good about Wolves? What's good about Wolverhampton?
Do you know what it is? I want to go back to Wolves one day, so I don't want to disrespect people about Wolves. I don't want
to ever go there. I don't want to ever go there, bro. I'll be honest. Ain't nothing there for me with Wolves, man. But Wolverhampton, Wanderers, 0, Arsenal 1. Realistically, my thoughts going into the game before the game, I thought Wolves are they've had a bad patch form. I thought, not a routine victory, but I thought, listen, we just got to grind a result. We just got to get a result, get out of the stadium, crack on, because Liverpool obviously were facing Ipswich at home. So I thought, listen, that's an easy 3-0 win.
Yeah.
Forget about that. Let's not forget about them dropping points this week. Let's just win and then win and forget about this match week.
Yeah.
But it was everything but that. Typical Arsenal.
Yeah.
Well, obviously a lot of it is not to blame for them, but before we even talk about the most controversial topic, I want to talk before even what's happened. So obviously we went into the game. There was a lot of controversy, a lot of conversations had about Arsenal need a striker, So as the game went on, we had, before even the red card happened, so I think people forget, we had many we should have buried that game. I think even before, we should have been at least 2-3-0 up before the red card.
Yeah.
So I know people are going to, so if we lost, this would have been what people would have, I know people would have spoken the red card, but people have to actually not, the chances we had in that game, Havertz alone, I think he had 2 clear-cut chances on the top of my head from the first half I can remember before the red card.
Yeah.
He has to put them away. I think that's where the scrutiny comes from him. He's in great positions, but he has to put them to, especially the second one where Trossard crossed it across the box and he headed it. He has to put them away. I don't know what you think about them chances.
Do you know what it is? It's hard because he's not a striker.
Yeah.
So I can't be, if he said I'm a number 9, I'm coming in this cup as a number 9, I'd be onto him. But I think he's been thrown into that position.
Yeah, definitely.
And when I look at him, his movement off the ball, as good as any other striker. Yeah. When it comes to like Haaland, as good as Haaland when it comes to getting to the right place. There's a reason why he gets, every time there's a cross into the box, he's there. But it's his fault. It's not his fault, but it just because he can't shoot, his body is awkward. He's got no, he can't shoot properly. When I saw, goes back to that goal, Calafiori, the way he shot the ball clean. Havertz never shoots the ball clean. It's hard for him to shoot. Yeah. So I'd rather have a player that gets in the right position every time and misses than a player like I watched the United game last night and you see Xerxes and Højlund never in the right position, can't hold the ball up, can't do nothing. Yeah. So they can't offer nothing. So when we watched, for example, when we had someone as bad as Yaya Sanogo or even like Lacazette was decent hold up play, but by the time he got from the halfway line to the box, he's blowing. This guy, he's got no more energy to shoot. Yeah. Nah, so for me, we're in a situation now where I can't be too hard on him. But if he was a second striker, playing alongside a striker that can actually score, he'd actually be dangerous. He'd actually be a goal threat. But yeah, he needs to be bearing those chances, man. That's like, as a professional footballer, that free header, when you got the whole goal to aim at, you aim straight in the middle. I think, we go 2-0 up where we can, for us, we don't kill games off. I think we're similar to Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur cannot kill games off. And I was watching, they're not Leicester, but I was watching that guy called Fuad. Oh, yeah. That was on DR Sports.
Yeah.
He said Tottenham have taken the lead 11 times this season in the Premier League. Yeah. They've been taken 1-0 or 2-0 whatever 11 times this season, and they've lost all 11 games when they've taken the lead. For us, every time we take not every time, but majority of the time we take the lead, we don't lose, but we end up drawing.
Dropping points.
Dropping
it's
points.
Happened a lot this season.
Yeah, we're not clean and cutting off. Martinelli's not clean and cutting off. Trossard not clean and cutting off. Ethan, he had to go for half time because we went down 10 men. But fair, we need to start killing games off, man, and it's getting frustrating.
I think with the Havertz thing, I think Havertz was great back end of the season. Probably one of our you could easily put him in our top 3 most important player of the season. Definitely. Yeah. He scored in pretty much most games. Yeah. Big games, Spurs away, United away. Well, United got the assist, and United away got the assist. He was a massive player for us, and he still can be, and he still probably will be. But the problem is, I think with Havertz now he is the vocal point for Arsenal. He's the number 1 attacking option for Arsenal now. So all eyes are on him.
Do you think he's getting exposed? As in, 100%. Because there's no Saka, Martinelli's not scoring 15 goals like he used to do. Trossard's not coming in as much. Odegaard's not scoring at all. He's got 0 open play goals in the Premier League this season. Yeah. Where you look at these guys are not scoring. When Havertz doesn't score, it's like all the blame on Havertz. Yeah. And I think if you've got 3 or 4 guys that are scoring 20 goals in all competitions, and he's scoring, no one's gonna look at him.
I think with the problem is with the Havertz stuff and why people are going crazy at him. And a question that I asked as well on Arteta as well is, I think it's the price. The wage, I think it's not Havertz. I don't think it's scrutinized because of his actual play. Don't get twisted. There's some things that he does sometimes that are questionable. But people can act like he wasn't doing this last season in running. He was still missing loads of chances, but he just put in a 108. Saka was put in 208, so it was okay. He's the only guy now, and I think the biggest thing why people are speaking about Havertz as much now is because, like you're saying, he's the only person he's the one that's scoring in most games. I think he scored in now the last 3 out of 5 games for us.
Something like that,
Or something, like his stats are very good and he's on course to have a great season as well. But I think it's because their signing, I think, still is where we have to question Arteta. Was he needed? Was he necessary? Has he taken us to the next level? Great squad player. And I think when we get all the pieces in, maybe a striker, a winger, another attacking midfielder, which is a lot of players to bring in, but I think then you'll start to see less of a burden taken off Havertz. You can't rely on Havertz to be a number 1 guy.
Never.
Havertz is a number 2 piece, number 3 piece to come in and finish the game off for you. Yeah. When it's dirty, he can fight. Havertz 10 men, unreal.
Yeah,
unreal. But when it's like a team that's at the Emirates and they're sat back and we have to break the low block, is Havertz really the guy that I'm looking at? Where is he creative enough? No. Is he good ball striker? No. Yeah. I get it. I get the hate.
Yeah, no, 100%. But one thing I can't go against him is the way he works off the ball.
Oh, he's a dog.
He's an absolute dog. His hold up play is probably one of the best in the Premier League. Yeah. But end of the day, you score goals, and you have to score goals when you're playing up top, and he's not doing that job. So for me, I have to blame the manager. I have to blame the owners, where they've not been able to invest in a second striker, because I saw that bench against Wolves.
Terrible.
And I thought, we don't have anyone. Yeah, 2 goalkeepers, 3 left backs, a holding midfielder, and Sterling. And Sterling, and a couple of academy players. And you're thinking, if we're not, and what day was it today? The 26th today? 27th of January, and I've given up.
The 3rd of February it closes.
And it's mad where you think, I thought it was 31st of January.
No, they extended it. Yeah, it's a 3rd.
Bro,
Gives it extra.
extended 20 more days, bro. It's still not going to
Hey, extended till summer, we still won't sign anyone, man.
Still, well, it's
Do you actually? So you have no optimism that we'll actually bring anyone in?
we'll get that Norwegian one-day kid, but to
Yeah.
you know, the way when I saw Man City and they had Marmoush
Yeah.
coming starting the game,
It's
and you
crazy.
think
The effect.
the way he
Yeah,
affects other
yeah,
players, and the way he's like, if we have someone like him, another
Mm.
player, and you think this other player, you have that extra energy and that extra buzz where you think, wow,
Here we go.
something dynamic, and you think if we had that Marmoush on the left and we had someone else in midfield or whatever, it's like we don't. You need these signings to, because right now the squad is low when it comes to
thinner than thin.
yeah, and it's not even forget health wise. I think morale wise is a situation where we're basically out of the League Cup, out of the FA Cup. Liverpool are winning every week, and you're thinking the morale is low right now.
Yeah,
Plus with injuries, and and it's players getting injured that never get injured. Where Odegaard's missing regularly now. Havertz miss a couple of games, and you think, Calafiori's, it's like 2 in 2 outs.
Even Saliba went out for a bit.
And it's like Calafiori, Odegaard leave, and then it's like Mourinho and Odegaard. They're out of the team. There's Calafiori and someone else, Saliba, back in the team, and it's like 2 in 2 every time.
Yeah.
And it's like we're not building on our squad.
No momentum. Yep. I
And
agree.
it's like now we're in a crucial point in the season where we need everyone back. We need a couple of signings to pump the squad.
Yeah.
But we're not moving like a real club.
So that's good. But obviously then we spoke a bit about Havertz, but the most controversial topic about that game, the one that everyone's speaking about, everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Myles Lewis-Skelly sending off. So, funnily enough, I was watching the game.
Yeah.
And at the time that happened, I thought the referee made a mistake. Not in terms even about the foul. I thought he pulled the wrong card out. So I thought, I've seen it before where a referee, I think they've pulled a red out, realised, and they switch it out for the yellow.
Really?
I've seen it before. I don't know who it is. I have to find out actually who the name is. It's actually happened in the Premier. It's been an accident.
Yeah.
But then obviously they switched back.
Yeah.
So I thought he made a mistake. He pulled the wrong card out.
Okay.
Then I seen that he's telling this guy to get off the pitch. He's
Yeah.
telling Skelly to get off the pitch. And I thought, nah. Maybe I'm thinking maybe he's done something that the replay or we haven't seen. So I said, let me see the replay. I saw the challenge. I said, okay, maybe last man. The guy is on 90. He's got 90 yards to run.
Yeah,
I said, there's impossible. So I'm thinking there has to be something going on here. He might have said something.
Yeah.
There's no way this is a red card. There has to be something. And then he walked off the pitch, and I thought, mentally, I gave up at that point. Not even anger. I just thought, this is not even corruption. It's a joke. So I don't know what your thoughts were at that red card. I know you must have gone crazy.
I was watching the game and then I see the foul. First of all, I was pissed off the way corner was awful yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Like when we don't have Saka, Odegaard, and Rice taking it, it's like we're trying to take a Trossard with his left foot. I don't know where that came from.
Cazorla, man.
Yeah, it's like he couldn't even beat the first man, and it's like we're trying to play, and then I knew we were gonna lose the ball there, but at least as soon as we lost it, I was pissed off. Like, we lost a free kick, and then I look back up at the screen, and I see Michael over the red card, and I knew it wasn't a mistake because he. From his back pocket, his red card's always in the back pocket. So he got out from his back pocket, gave the red card, and then I saw another clip yesterday. A Wolverhampton Wanderers player standing next to Michael Oliver.
Shocked.
And he got
I
shocked
think that's
about the red
Bueno.
card. And it's like, because it's Michael Oliver, that I knew that VAR were not going to be able to say, oh, look at the monitor, oh, you got it wrong. They're going to stand by it. And even I was watching TalkSport today, and they've got a Premier League union. This guy, like Premier League Trust guys, that guy came on TalkSport. He said it was a red card.
He said it was a red card?
Yeah. He said it, and he's with the
him.
Premier League union, like for the referees, supporting the referees. And then he said it was a red card, and then Matty Keown said, obviously you're gonna say that's a red card because you're part of the union.
Yeah, you're gonna back your guy.
But like all the other ex-managers and referees, Mike Dean said it's not a red card. Even Dermot Gallagher on Sky Sports today said it was a yellow card. And I'm so surprised of how many ex-footballers have come out in the last couple of days saying that's one of the worst decisions. And I've heard that the Premier League now, the referees, the PGMOL are pissed off because of how many ex-footballers and ex-managers and ex-referees coming out and against them. Where Matty Keown got asked, do you think that red card will get rescinded? He said, I don't think so. They have to stand by.
They're going to stand by it. I don't think they appeal. I don't think Arsenal will even appeal.
Yeah.
I think the referees, it's a bit of pride. I think they know that it's a mistake. Listen, I'm not even that upset with Michael Oliver. I'm more upset at VAR. How Michael Oliver can make a mistake. Maybe Michael Oliver's a human, so maybe he saw something in instincts. Maybe he saw him go down the Achilles, which a couple angles did show, not go down the Achilles, but it showed it's a cynical foul. Yeah. It's a yellow. It's not dangerous, yeah, but I can see in real time, yeah, because we've all played football. Football's really quick and stuff can happen quickly. Where a referee, I'm not blaming Mikel Arteta. It's a bad decision. He can make a mistake. I've seen him make many mistakes. That's fine. VAR doubled down on it. That's what I'm all upset about. How can you watch 15 replays, slow motion, every single angle, and then say to the pride is, why don't you just say to Mikel, you might have got it wrong, Michael. Go to the screen, check it out, no problem. No one will speak about it. But now it's gone to this extent, and now everyone's gonna remember you for this. Every week, people are getting a screenshot. He's probably not gonna be able to do Arsenal games no more.
You know what it is? I think they won't do that. I think they'll make him referee Arsenal games, because if you go in that situation where he's not refereeing Arsenal games, it's gonna put into the minds of all the, Arsenal fans that, why is he not refereeing Arsenal games anymore? Is it because he's got something against us, or on the final day he's refereeing a Liverpool game and Arsenal are playing and he gives a good, an advantage to Liverpool? Then it becomes a situation. I think they're still gonna make him referee Arsenal games just to water it down and say it's a mistake, and But even someone like Jamie O'Hara, he even said on Sky Sports yesterday, he said, don't make him referee Arsenal games anymore because his mind gets scrabbled every time he referees Arsenal games, where he thinks, if I make a bad decision, it's going to be another.
Come on, the pressure's too much now.
Yeah, and the assistant referee is down in England, and he was the one that got dropped because of that mistake of Liverpool Tottenham for the offside when Diaz scored, and he forgot to tell him about it was offside. And
see what I mean?
So he got dropped. And down in England, obviously, they're too afraid because Michael Oliver and Anthony Taylor, they see them as the best referees in the Premier League, and they don't want to go against them. They're too scared. But that was, I was thinking, what is happening? Because some of these red cards that we get, I've never seen it before.
It's new.
Never seen it before in my life. And then the funny thing was when Gomez got that second yellow card. I was waiting for the red card, and when he gave the yellow card, I was more pissed off that he got sent off because of 2 yellow cards and him being sent off. I was more pissed off about that.
That was a terrible challenge.
And I thought, and second half, Michael Oliver was giving us a lot of decisions.
Yeah, I know. He knew.
A lot of decisions. Even one of them when we crossed it in, and he said he touched one of the Wolverhampton ones. All I did look like touched
it. But I feel that's what they do sometimes when they make a mistake. They think, let me just side with these.
He definitely looked back at it.
I think he realized. He got told. He got told. This might have been a bad one, Michael.
Yeah.
And they don't get these guys go online. They hear that they want to see the perception.
And what did he say to Arteta?
He said something.
Video. Arteta shook his hand. He said something to him. Arteta stopped and looked back at him.
No, he definitely said something.
And I think he must have said, yo, I made a mistake. Or
he wanted to kill the man.
Yeah.
Because I seen the clip. Someone recorded from the back. He walked across past him and walked back. And Arteta was staring at him for a good couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Looking at him like, what? I should just smack this guy.
Why did he shake his hand?
Huh?
Why did he shake his hand?
Because you know what it is? I think because he got the win. I think in his mind he's thinking, he messed up, but what am I going to do getting angry at this guy? They'll probably ban him. So in his mind he's thinking,
don't shake his hand.
Nah, I would have shook. At the end of the day,
I would have told all the Arsenal players, don't shake his hand.
If we lost, I would have said.
Even if we won, don't shake his hand.
Yeah,
because it's cost us so many games.
No, he has.
Make it a situation where you made a horrendous decision and you're lucky that we won the game. If we had lost the game, it would have been 10 times.
And I remember when we won the game, I remember saying to a couple of people, I said, don't forget this decision. Just because we won, don't let Mikel Arteta or the referees get away with this, because it's not corruption. I know a lot of people like to go on, there's an agenda against Arsenal. Every fan base likes to think that. And I get it, but I don't believe that in my mind, because I think, for me, I just think the referees are incompetent. I don't think the referees are good enough. Yeah. I've been saying this for so many years. There's a reason why there's only 2 referees that do Champions League games and do World Cups and Euros, is because, and even Anthony Taylor has fell off the last couple of years. He's not been as good as he once was. That's since these referees in England, constant mistakes. I was watching AC Milan yesterday. I don't know who they faced, but they won last minute 3-2.
The Panama.
I think, Parma. It was 3-2. They won last minute, but they scored before and they got a goal ruled out. It was offside. The way they did they got obviously automated offside. It took a second.
I thought they're bringing that back.
They're bringing it back.
So I thought they're going to bring in that October, November.
I think they said we have trust in our officials. So they're going to keep officials doing the line, dotting the lines. When I saw AC Milan 1 second, they didn't even celebrate. Like, they celebrated, they did their thing. By the time they walked back to the semicircle, referee's already doing this.
Yeah.
With ours, you go to the semicircle, you wait another 4 minutes for them to dot the lines. Just, what's the pride? You less pressure on your shoulders then, because look how many, they still get offsides wrong.
I've got a theory. It's not a conspiracy theory, but I've got a theory of, I think they're not bringing in all those, semi-automated offside because the controversy brings more content to the Premier League.
Yeah,
I think because of the way, like, for me, they think when they make controversial decisions, you get NBC talking about it. You see every country talking about the Premier League. Yeah, look how much attention Michael Owen's situation has had the last 2 days.
Yeah, but it's bad scrutiny on him.
I know,
alone.
but it's like it brings more eyes to the Premier League, and people thinking, this is. And I've got a conspiracy theory. I think they just love it. I think if everyone was going perfectly, what do you think they're gonna be talking about? I talked about spending half an hour talking about it. The day before they're spending, all over. Everyone's getting interviewed. Even today, the footballer with Michael Richards and Gary Lineker, they were talking about it. Everyone's talking about it. I think because they know you can't sack the PGMOL because that referees there's no football.
Of course.
So they can still make bad decisions.
Yeah.
And they'll still be able to referee the next day.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like
he'll get roll up now. He'll get relieved of his duties for like a week. They'll sit him in VAR. They'll say stay in there. Don't referee.
You think
games.
so? They're backing him.
I know, I'm not in a bad way. I'm saying because PGML, they're not dumb. You know what they did? They released that statement last night. I don't know if you've seen the statement.
Yeah, I saw the statement. Yeah.
The statement obviously said he's getting death threats, which obviously,
it's horrendous.
It's too far, of course. It's football. You shouldn't be doing death threats. But what I'm saying is, they put that message out to take the heat off Oliver to say, and the decision, and say, look, forget about the decision. So now I'm seeing Sky Sports. I'm seeing these big people talking about the abuse he's getting. Rather than talking about how bad of a decision it is.
I've got a question.
Focus on the decision.
Michael Owen saying getting abused online. Do they have socials?
I'm not sure.
How does it work? I'm just being. Someone let me know. Like when you get abused online and you don't have social media. Yeah. How do you receive it?
That's a good question actually. How do you receive it?
And then someone. I'm
sure he's probably got like a burner maybe.
No, but someone said he invested. Someone made a deep dive to find out like where his social media, and they couldn't find it. Yeah. They couldn't find his Instagram. They couldn't find his Twitter, Facebook, nothing. And I'm thinking, where does it? He's not on his phone. Yeah. So are they like letting him know what abuse he's getting? And then even Jim White said today that he can't leave his house. He's too scared to leave his house.
Who? Michael Oliver?
Michael Oliver is too scared to leave his house. Jim White said that. Even Simon Jordan was laughing. Yeah. Wallahi, he's about laughing. He's thinking, no way. And he's too scared to leave his house now because of abuse he's getting. And, people are, end of the day is football. You can't be going mad. So I saw like the way Kai was got battered online. Yeah, no. And people threatening his missus.
His baby.
Yeah, that's like.
No, but they're sickos. They're sickos online.
It's mad.
These faceless accounts need to be revealed.
Yeah.
Because they're sickos. Even you get abuse.
Yeah.
Some of the things they say to you.
Yeah, it's mad.
But it depends the way you take. It's the context you're taking in. If you believe, but obviously it's different. If someone's saying they
want you to reply back to your message.
They want a reaction. They want to see how it gets to you. And I feel as though the Michael Oliver stuff, I think deep down maybe in his head, he knows he made the mistake. He knows more than anyone. And he probably knew at the time. But I'm more disappointed at VAR for not at least telling Michael Oliver, go to the screen, watch what you did, the mistake, and rectify it. It's not a problem. Then they will praise you.
Do you think it's gone worse since Howard Webb come?
Absolutely.
Because Howard Webb,
he's a mouthpiece.
Him and Michael Owen do that show when they look at all the decisions. And people are going back to that decision last season, Kovacic, when he did that, when he broke Odegaard's ankle. When he broke Odegaard's ankle, and he said, Michael Oliver does not want to send players off because he wants to keep the game flowing. He wants to keep as many players as possible on the pitch. But you do a tactical foul and you take someone out.
And they did the one Trossard against City. Take him off.
We don't want to keep people on the pitch. We want to ruin the game. And it's situation where, when I saw that stat where he's refereed 55 games in Man City, never sent one player off. And, Roger was known for that tactical fouls.
Joe Linton does it every week.
They're known for it, but because they're not in the public eye, and it's not like that's our. I think our problem with Arsenal fans is we're just too big on social media.
Yeah, they do it to themselves sometimes. The abuse they give out. Well, I think deep down you have to understand referees and officials. They are humans, and they do hate and they will favour.
Arsenal fans are massive on social media.
Oh yeah, of course.
Massive, and I think because when we win, we're people hate it when we because we go too much on social media. Oh, I'm part of that problem as well because when we win, I'm like, yo, we're gonna win that because. if we beat City, I'll 100% say we're back in the title race.
Yeah.
But I know. Like, it's my heart speaking, not my head.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Because at the end of the
yeah,
day, if you beat Man City and you get gas,
Yeah.
but Arsenal fans, we get too gassed, and
Yeah.
when we lose, we're too down.
We're hated by a
We're
lot.
too down.
We're
Yeah,
hated
we're
by a lot.
hated. And
And
Man
that's
United
'cause the
fans are
fans.
like that as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I think the reason why other fan bases don't get the same attention is because they haven't got a massive fan base.
It's not the online stuff. It's the online presence.
They're not online
No one
presence.
cares
You know,
about
there's no
City,
online presence.
Chelsea.
Newcastle, City, stuff
No one
like that.
cares,
There's
no
no
one
online
cares.
presence.
Villa.
Yeah,
No one
so
cares, no one
yeah, I
cares.
think Arsenal, AFTV, you know, all the social media platforms, and I think 100% referees watch.
Of course, they see all the
Arsenal social
clips.
media.
They
Yeah,
see all the clips.
100% watch
If they
it.
don't, their friends are, their kids are, their wife is. Someone is linking them to this.
Yeah.
Someone is showing them this.
Yeah.
They're not aliens. They don't
Yeah.
go referee, go home, shut the door. They're human.
Yeah, they're definitely, you said you're right, they're definitely burner accounts.
Yeah,
and they're watching our clips and stuff like that.
So yeah, obviously that's the decision we spoke about. So obviously I want to wrap it up in terms of actually the game. And I actually want to praise Arsenal and Arteta and the players, the resilience they showed in the game.
Yeah.
You know, I think that game is massive. I think people not talking about the game as much because what that will do for the players' belief. A lot of people wouldn't have got upset at the players, not if they gave up, but if they lost it or they drew, because the scrutiny would have been on the decision.
Yeah.
But the players knuckled down. Declan Rice, shout out to him. Partey as well, shout out to him. Showed out.
In midfield, yeah.
The midfield, to be honest, we looked great going down to 10. As we came out the second half, we looked better. Coming out the second half, we was on them. Obviously, Wolves ain't great, but at the same time, you're down a man. And I thought, listen, if we can nick a goal, I trust my backline more than enough to not concede a goal.
Yeah.
So we have to praise the resilience of the team. Declan Rice obviously stood out as a top performer, but you have to praise Gabriel. David Raya actually pulled out a couple of saves at the end to save us. I know it wasn't a great by 8-0, but it was a good chance. But I think, Arteta has to get a lot of praise for that. It was ballsy as well, what he did, the decision he did. I don't think we went to a back five early. He kept Trossard Martinelli on. And they played as full-backs, or wing-backs, or what you want to call them. But I praise the team. I think that win will do a lot for us this season. I think it will give the players belief. I think it will give them a little springboard to bounce off. Now I feel as though if we bring in a player or two come the end, which I don't think we will, but if we do, you never know with Arsenal. I think then they can use it as a momentum to push on the season. You got the Champions League still to fight for. Anything can happen against Newcastle away in the Carabao Cup. Obviously, FA Cup we're out, but in the league you never know.
The only thing
keep dropping points.
The only thing that's saving us in the Champions League, we haven't got referees against us in the Champions League. I think they haven't
They're
got
actually competent.
Yeah, competent referees, and they use VAR properly. But going back to that game, I gave up at halftime.
Yeah.
I was like 10 men again.
Yeah.
We're probably going to see 10% of the ball.
Yeah.
Wolverhampton, and I was so surprised at how much we dominated the ball with 10 men.
Yeah.
With 10 men, and I was like, wow.
Proud
These
of them,
players
low-key.
haven't given up, and players like Declan Rice have stepped up massively when it comes to leadership.
Top player.
And like it might be a situation where Gabriel, like this guy, for me,
I
Saliba
doubt
used to be my number one centre back. But the way Gabriel this season has been pushing our team and actually fighting for that badge, I'm thinking, wow. There's a reason why he's a top 3 captains in Arsenal. I think it's him, ODEGAARD, Saka. Rice should be part of that now, of that circle of being the captain of Arsenal. Leadership. Because like for me, when we're down to 10 men or when we're struggling to get a result, Gabriel, Rice, those two players, Saka, that show heart and actually turn up. Odegaard is a good captain when you're dominating because he shows by example. He presses, but he's not a leader like these other two players. And Rice,
they're vocal leaders.
Yeah,
you know they're speaking in the dressing room.
And it's get your head in the game and stuff like that. And I think when we won the game, it was like, and I think this might be a turning point where it's like they've got this us against them mentality. And I think if we beat City, like you said, we make another signing and we push more for the title.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. We have to get results. We have to get players back.
Liverpool are not like, listen, credit Liverpool, they've been fantastic this season, but they're not like City, where I see City, if they're in this position, what's there like 18 games left, they'd win 18. Maybe draw 1. Liverpool they've got Bournemouth away next week. It's a big game. Bournemouth beat Nottingham Forest 5-0 last week. So listen, anything can happen. We just have to do our job. We've had many opportunities to close the gap. Like last weekend, if we beat Villa at home, it would have been 2 points this weekend. The week before, the couple weeks before, if we beat Everton at home, if we beat Brighton away, we probably could have been top by now. But we just got to keep doing our job and just wait and see what they do, because I still think there's a lot of points to be
we're lucky that Liverpool are in all competitions still.
They're
still in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League, Champions League. They still have to play the extra game against Everton. They're in a lot of competitions. And they're going to they can't go for the quad. City, that Super City team couldn't win it.
They ain't got a big enough
squad.
squad.
This Liverpool team is not big enough, and they've got players that are aging that can't play
Yeah.
every 3 days for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Where, for me, if they go out of the League Cup against Spurs
Yeah.
and they scrap the FA Cup, then I'll be nervous.
Yeah,
Because then
yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
like, okay, they've only got the Premier League and the Champions League to focus
yeah.
on. And I think that winter period after
Yeah.
City game,
Yeah.
when they can just go Dubai for
Yeah.
2 weeks,
Oh yeah, it'd be good for him.
re-energize,
Yeah.
get a signing. Yeah, like I was saying, they've got in 2 weeks going to Dubai.
Yeah.
If we get a signing or two
Mm.
where you can re-energize the squad, and we've got Ben White coming back, Tommy Yasu coming back,
Yeah.
Saka will be coming back in a couple of months. I don't think he'll be back this season. I'm getting a bit worried about Saka. But yeah, 100% couple of signings.
Yeah.
And I think that Dubai period, come back and back on it again.
That's what I'm saying. Anything can happen. I'm just saying it's not very early, but we're not in that crucial part in the season where I'm worried yet. Obviously, and I think a lot of things are down to what we're gonna do this season. I think in terms of if we want to push on, I think we have to sign a player or two, a striker, a winger. Do I think we're gonna do it? I don't think so. I do think we're gonna bring someone in. Do I think is that player gonna be the player to take us across the line? Who knows? I just think we just have to focus on what we have to do. We can have a lot of success this season if we just knuckle down and just focus on what we're doing. I think there's been a lot of opportunities in this season, but we've not grabbed them with two hands. But I think from now, like you said, it's a great point. It's a us against them kind of mentality now, especially what happened this week. That's why I think we can springboard off this result, and who knows what can happen? I would love it.
I would love it.
It'd be great. It'd be. I think it'd be the best one. Like recovery story. Like you're down and out, and then it'd be a massive capitulation. We've seen us do it 2 years ago. This capitulation.
Yeah.
Not as bad in points wise. We were similar in 8 points ish.
Yeah.
With City, but we've seen it before happen.
But you know what it is? We can talk about winning, but lose against City and the 3 points behind us, then you can.
Oh, then they're
pretty
starting.
60.
But they look absolutely terrible against Chelsea.
Yeah.
They look terrible against Chelsea.
I know, but that's the thing is they've got goals in their team.
They do.
That's the difference. They look
They
terrible, but they've got goals in their team. But yeah, there's not that many teams like except for Liverpool. Every other team's been inconsistent. Like when Nottingham Forest lost 5-0. Like, where did that come from?
That's what I'm saying.
So every team's game, like I expected Fulham to beat United.
Yeah.
The United win that game.
Yeah, I expected Fulham.
And it's like this season it's been just mad.
It's just anything can happen now. I
That's-
think
that's the thing
anywhere
with
can go
Spurs,
anywhere. No, that's Spurs. They're just terrible.
That, you can't imagine
No,
Spurs being one
I was
up at
shocked.
home.
No, that for me when that game happened, I thought he would get sacked. I said you can't lose them. Lot.
Yeah,
you can't lose to Leicester.
terrible.
The worst for me, the worst team in the league. Them and Southampton, the worst team in the league.
Yeah, Southampton. Yeah.
So obviously going on to that, obviously analysing the game, I want to analyse. Actually, before I want to analyse Arsenal, I want to ask you about a specific player. The player I think has had in and out this season. He's struggled a lot this season. ODEGAARD. Obviously he's our captain, number 10. We love him. I love him. Fantastic player, top player. But has he lived up, not to expectation, but has he lived up to expectation this season? Last season, I think he had a good season. The season that we challenged, he had a great season. I think he had 15 goals. I don't know how many assists, but he had a great season that first season we challenged. Real captain that year.
Yeah.
Last year, I even think last year was fantastic, especially in the running.
Yeah.
He turned it on. You know, he had some great games. It was fantastic. That Chelsea at home game sticks out to me. So he was fantastic. But this season, I know he's had a big injury. He was out from August and he came back in November. So it was a long time. He's been in and out. Obviously, you know, I know people are trying to blame this whole baby stuff. He's got a newborn kid. Like, not the whole football world have kids. But what do you think's not gone wrong with him? But do you want more from him? Like, what's your thoughts on ODEGAARD? Like,
I think where this season it's kind of shown us that we can win games without ODEGAARD.
Yeah.
It's not when we lose ODEGAARD. It's not a situation where we don't know where the creativity. Like I think the way we play now is going to be like this for Mikel Arteta's era, and I think we might ODEGAARD him. He gets sick a lot now. He misses a lot of games. You know, he's in and out of the team, and this season I think he needs that winter break. I think he needs to go to Dubai fresh. Like he needs a little pre-season, and I think for us, it's like Arsenal fans are a bit calling him out and saying he should be stripped from the captaincy. I think that's a bit harsh.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's harsh, stripped from the captaincy. But like I expected more from him. But like I don't know what I just don't know what's happened to him. I've got no idea what's happened to him. It might be a situation where he's lost Saka because when him and Saka played, especially against that West Ham game, they looked like they knew what they were doing. I think as soon as this season, Saka's been in, Odegaard's been out. Odegaard's been in, Saka's been out.
Yeah.
I don't think they played 3 or 4 games together this season.
It's been in and
So I
out.
think we need Saka back. And I think if it's a situation where he needs all the players to be playing at their best, where he's like the cherry on top, then it's a situation where he only flourishes. He only plays at in the best teams where he's got players around him that can play the best. I think that's what we found out.
Yeah.
And I think when teams are struggling, he's not the type of player that's going to
Is he
drag
dependable
you out.
on? I don't think Odegaard is someone you can depend on. And I don't think we was bought. Well, maybe he was. Maybe I thought he was. But I don't think when we bought him, I'd ever look at him to be the man to look at. Because when did he actually get appointed captain? He got appointed like 2021. He got appointed captain.
When we bought top 4.
When we bought top 4, he got the captaincy then.
Yeah.
Odegaard's not a captain in terms of shouting and this and that. He's lead by example. Look how I'm gonna run. Follow me. That's
Yeah.
So there's loads of captains like that, So Son's a bit like that. Yeah, they're not captains by like Gabriel Rice. Fight. Grabbing people in the headlock. They're different, and that's fine. I'm not calling him out for that. He should be our captain, and people have to stand by their players even in bad patches of form.
He'll never get stripped.
He'll never get stripped. He's ridiculous. If you strip him, you might as well sell him. He will never get stripped. But my thing is, why I want more from Odegaard is when Odegaard was out, Saka was still performing. Saka still was scoring the goals, was getting the GA, the performances, was still there. When Saka went down, Odegaard looks like a lost puppy. He don't know where to turn. He looks on his right, sees Sterling. He looks on his right, sees Martinelli, Jesus. Don't get it twisted. For me, a lot of the creative burden is on him. It is like you have to create because you look on the left side, you see Mikel Moreno, you see Declan Rice sometimes. That is not the most creative player, but he gets into good positions. I feel as though there's too much of an expectation and too much of a burden on Odegaard to create everything when he's not even like a cam. He's an 8. He's a right 8 as well. He only manoeuvres on that right side of the pitch. He don't manoeuvre on the left. When's the last time you ever seen Odegaard on the left side of the pitch? No. He's never there. Maybe not even taking corners.
But he can't run.
He can't run.
There's a situation where I've seen a lot of times when the counter attack.
Yeah.
And he's struggling to
slows it down.
That wasn't him. Yeah. So it must be a fitness thing where he just can't run this season. Where I don't know if it's still the ankle injury. I don't know what's happened to him. But he just can't get up the pitch. And I'm surprised about that because that was the bare minimum that he used to do. And I remember saying he can not make players. I remember watching him live last season at Wembley against Man City in the Community Shield final. Yeah. And he was one of our best players. And I thought his first touch, I remember one time the ball's in the air and the way he just touched it mid-air and then he had Kovacic and turned him, dropped him. And I'm thinking that we haven't got that same Odegaard. No. Forget the goals and assists. Just him dominating the game and having an actual, I watched the United game FA Cup. I didn't even know he's playing. Yeah. And I was so baffled when he gave the penalty to Odegaard. And Kai Havertz is a better penalty taker. I literally said, and I was watching at work, I said, do not let Odegaard take it. He's not in a moment where he's scoring goals. You know he's going to miss. Yeah. It's literally written he's going to miss. And when he missed, I wasn't shocked. No. Kai Havertz should have took that penalty. And then when Kai Havertz took the penalty, on the penalty shoot, I knew he was going to miss that one.
You just knew. Everything was scripted. That game was scripted. That game, I knew everything was going to happen. I knew when they went at 10 man, I didn't even 10 down, when Dalot got sent off, I didn't even celebrate. I thought, because I didn't believe he was going to, and then we scored straight away. I thought, maybe we can just get lucky sometimes. But like you're right, with the penalty, I felt the same thing.
And who scored? Gabriel. Gabriel, man, he's been...
The man's turn to.
This season, man.
The man's turn to, bro. He's inevitable, bro.
He just shoots. If he shoots, something might happen.
And every time in the box...
Something might have deflection. Yeah, anything can happen when you shoot. Yeah. It's like look Martinez yesterday. He just shot. Yeah. And I knew if he shoots, someone's gonna stick their leg out.
Someone's gonna be there and touch it.
Yeah, and we're not shooting enough. That's the problem. We're gonna walk into the goal.
That's the thing. I think with Odegaard, I think it's just, I don't know if it's a confidence issue. I don't know if it's an ability issue. I don't know what it is. We know he's a top player, but I need my captain to perform and to grab the team by the scruff of the neck. There's so many games I've seen him let drift. I've so many times this season where I've said, Odegaard, please, I need you, brother, please. Yeah. And he's not delivered. This is why I get frustrated. And this is why I think we need to bring in maybe another creative player.
To get that burden off him.
To get the burden off him, a left 8, bring in him. At least that will allow him to not everything run through him. Things can run through him, but I feel as though Arteta asking him to do a lot. There's times where he's dropping in, sometimes in the DM position, picking up the ball, and he's up next to this. There is a lot of expectation on him, but at the same time, you're my captain. So I need you to stand up. I need you to when the best player for me at the club up there.
Yeah.
When he's not there, please stand up.
People,
Turn up.
People are saying Ethan Nwaneri should be the heir to Odegaard, and I think when I watched Ethan Nwaneri against Wolverhampton, I think on the right he's perfect. I like him on the right where he can cut in and do that back post cross.
Right wing.
Yeah, and I think like when you play that position what Odegaard plays, you have to drop deep.
It's a tough position.
Yeah, it's a tough position.
Yeah.
I think when you're 17, 18, like Nwaneri, play him on the wing, like Man City do with Foden. They kept him on the wing. He's still on the wing anyway now, but kept him on the wing and then put him in the 8 position because you need way more demands playing that 8 position. It's like you have to be able to play with the centre backs, be able to play with the holding midfielders, and then be able to link up play with the strikers. And I think on the right, you basically got that right channel to yourself. That's all you've got. Yeah. And I think when we get him back now and we can play him on the right, play Odegaard that number 8 position, play Partey, Rice, either Trossard or Martinelli, and then we play Havertz up top. And I think let's see how that lineup does. We'll just see how that lineup does with the back four, fully fit back four, because everyone's just been in and out. Like this season, it's been so frustrating. We haven't had a proper 11 and you've got a proper bench, and you think, okay, these are gonna make a change. So
can build on it.
we haven't got nothing this season.
Yeah, so I just listen, like you said, I just want him to stand up, be counted for, turn up when we need him, but he hasn't shown that this season. But listen, there's still a large part. The most important part of the season is yet to be played. Yeah. This part of the season is, a lot of teasing, a lot of getting fit. I feel as though every time after international tournament, the players take a long time to get into full stride. Like we've seen with Declan Rice now, he's only getting into full stride now. He struggled a lot in the early part of the season. He was getting subbed off in big games at the end. Yeah. And Declan Rice getting subbed is like blasphemy. He never gets subbed unless it's on a yellow card or he's injured. He'll get subbed. But Declan Rice will never get subbed, and he used to get subbed because when you come off the back of a tournament, I feel as though it takes a long time to get fit. But to wrap it up now, obviously I want to end it off speaking about our gaffer, Mikel Arteta.
Lego head.
Mr. Arteta, just to kind of get your... I don't want to do the whole Arteta in or Arteta out. It's like a movement. We don't need to do all that. We all, at the end of the day, want success for Arsenal. There's a bigger picture to this. But I just want to get your opinion on... The question I want to pose to you is, do you think Arteta can bring success to Arsenal? Maybe not this season. This season is very harsh to ask you at January, because we both said the same thing, I think, when we started recording, actually, in August. One of our first episodes, we said if Arteta maybe doesn't deliver this season, it might be the last one. Yeah. So, obviously, we still stand on that point. Don't get twisted, he can still deliver. But do you truly believe Arteta can bring success to this club?
I think one reason, I'm just going to give an overall point of view of Arteta. I think one main reason why this season's been so toxic and so, it's been an emotional wreck is because I think with him and the way he is, like the players play off the way he plays. I think the way they play with their personalities is exactly the way Mikel Arteta is. I think he's feisty. I think he's emotional, and I think these players, where we've had all these situations where you think that's never happened before. Yeah, the red cards, they're kicking the ball away, stuff like that. It comes from the manager. I think the manager, when it comes to tactics, he's as good as anyone. I saw Calafiori saying that, tactically, Rice has said that he took us to another level. Yeah. But I think when you manage the elite clubs, you need a manager with maturity. I think you need a manager that can lead by example. I'm not saying Arne Slot's an elite manager, but you don't get into controversy with him. He's very calm. He's calm. Yeah. The elite managers are calm. Yeah. Pep Guardiola is a psychopath because he's got 150 million pounds every window where
and
you can
a bit
change
of
the players.
For the cameras as well.
Yeah. I think you can do that. Yeah. You can piss people off and players off. Like you can buy a player like Grealish for 100 million and say to him, "I don't like you anymore. You're fat. You're overweight," and get him off. I think all the managers need to be politically correct. And, they can't go at players. Pep, if you're not managing a team like Man City, you have to be, you have to kind of lie to your players and make them sound like you're their best, you're their best friend. But Arteta, with the question, is he able to take us to the next level? I don't think so. I think seeing him this season, for a manager to get you top 4, he's amazing. A manager to improve players, he's amazing. Arteta to take us to the next level, I don't think so. I think, for me, he's I love him forever for what he's done at this club. Like the foundations he settles compared to the Wenger Wenger was not my manager. I came as an Arsenal fan when we were going 10 years without a trophy. Okay, so Wenger's not my manager. When he left us in a worse position than for Emery to come in, because Emery had to come in with a massive baggage. Like he came in with players with high wages, players that wanted to leave. It was too toxic. You had Aubameyang with do-rags on, trying to put Saka with do-rags on.
And tried to get in his head,
yeah, man. If Arteta leaves now, if a manager comes in thinking, wow, what a team,
top squad.
Yeah, and I can 3 or 4 players, and I can take this team to the next level.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for me, depends what we do this season. If we win the Champions League or get into the final of the Champions League, and we know he's not going to get sacked. So for me, this question is like, do I want another manager? Yes. But are we going to get another manager in? No. Am I going to be devastated if he stays? No. I think I'll just be content with him being
just be happy to be here.
Yeah.
The phrase I've been saying a lot recently, I was just happy to be here. Like, I see a lot of Arsenal fans. I see with Arteta, as much as Arteta said a statement when I think the end of the season against, was it 2 seasons ago against Wolves, when the last game of the season when we lost the league, and last year when we lost the league, the last game against Everton, he said, "Don't be content, push for more." So what's he talking about? Take your own advice. Take your own advice, because with Arteta, I have more issues with Arteta. Arteta tactically top. He can win you games in the Premier League. Especially, Arteta should have had 2 Premier Leagues. Let's be honest. Yeah. The season we bottled it, that was his. Last year, Aston Villa at home. That's his league. Yeah. 2 points and then 5 points. The league and I know Liverpool say the same thing, but I just see it that's how I see it with my manager. But my problems with Arteta is in the transfer window. Is how the poor decisions year after year is made. This window was so underwhelming, and you finish 2 points behind City, and you bring Calafiori, Moreno, and Sterling to win you the league. We knew in August this was a bad summer. Moreno didn't play till about, what was it, October? Yeah. September, he didn't play for time. So that's already him ruled out. You didn't buy a striker. You didn't buy a winger. We've got the same front three from when we were challenging 2 years ago. Martinez, Jesus, Saka, which is mental. We knew then we needed a new winger and attackers, and we still didn't bring anyone in. We knew we needed we were saying for years now, Saka is going to break down. We need a backup. Every single season, not even the season we challenged, 2021 we were saying it. And the fact that it happened, and now Saka might not ever be the same, because surgery on a hamstring is crazy. Yeah. It's a big injury, a lot of players don't come out the same,
How many times did we ask? Why is Ethan not playing?
Yeah.
Rest Saka. Like, he can do a job on the right.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen now Saka's been, he can do a job on the right. He can. But like you said, Arteta, he waits until the players break down. He even said in an interview, I want players to play 50, 60 games a season. Like, bro, let them rest.
He don't care.
He's a madman. He's a maniac. Decision maker.
Timber as well. Timber just come off from ACL. I've not seen him rest. The only time I see him rest is when he got suspended. Yeah. When he got too many yellows. Yeah. I think he had to take a game out.
How many times has he been hobbling off?
Bro, he's finished.
He's telling them, I need to go off.
Yeah. He's like, no, play, bro.
Wallahi, I've never seen a player socks start from there, and by the 60th minute, his socks are down here, bro. And his calves are swelling up.
He tells him so, Arteta looks that way. He's like, I'm focused on these. He said, please, get me off the pitch, bro. Wallahi, get me off. Oh, my God. The guy, we said it on the previous, he's a bar of soap. He will do this to you. Ben White's a soldier. He broke down.
I know.
He broke down. He can't hack it. Saliba couldn't hack it.
Straight back in.
Didn't give a damn.
10 men. Wallahi, bro.
I've been hearing people saying he might miss the Man City game. The guy came back Wolves away. He came back a week early. Yeah. Played 10 men.
Watch him play against Girona.
He will.
In the Champions League.
Oh my God, I put money on the table he play against Girona. The game we've already won. I know who won't play against Girona though.
Who?
Your boy.
Odegaard.
Thomas Partey.
We'll see. I've got a feeling he might play. If he doesn't play, then that's a massive case. That'll be madness. If he doesn't play, what's I gonna say? Yo, he's got a little nickel, or whatever, a little nickel, man. Yeah, safe.
He might not play.
We'll see.
I don't think
the rumors. I don't think that they're true. But if it doesn't travel, then 100% it's true.
We're gonna start. You know what we're gonna start to hear? Knock. He's got a knock. Remember Seville away last year? A random knock. Came back 2 weeks later. Random knock. Or like the knock training, got knocking training.
I want to see. I want to be confirmed. If it happens, then it's confirmed. You can never go to Spain.
No, it made me die. It'll make me die. But we'll see. We'll see with that.
Yeah, we'll see.
For me, obviously, to end it, I think Arteta can bring. I don't think he can bring success to Arsenal. I think he's done a great job. He's took us to a great place. But my difference with Arteta, I asked this 2 years ago with Arteta. I had this thing in the back of my mind, but now it's come to fruition now. In the biggest games, in the knockout games, the games that matter the most, the one that always sticks in my mind, and people be like, who cares? Villarreal at home. We went out. We could have gone to the Europa League final against Man United.
Yeah.
And he threw it away. He didn't throw it away, but tactically got it all wrong.
Yeah.
Even Olympiacos in 2020, it wasn't his fault, but we went to extra time with him.
Yeah.
Sporting, Porto, we had to beat him on penalties. That could have gone all the way last year in the last 16. Bayern Munich, he should have beat him at home. They had no fans in the stadium. We didn't take an advantage away, which made it tough away already. You know, Carabao Cups, and the FA Cups, we get knocked out early. We never get past any round now. We don't even make it to Wembley no more. You know, for me, the biggest question I said is the biggest games, you never turn up. The biggest games when we need you, need you to deliver. He doesn't, and that's why I separate the top managers, good managers, with elite managers. The elite managers in the Champions League semi-finals, quarter-finals, they turn up, they do something.
Yeah.
Guardiola, even Thomas Tuchel, in the biggest of games, Klopp for so many years, in the biggest game, they just do something, tactical tweak. They motivate their players, and it don't matter. They'll win the game.
When it really matters.
Backs against the wall, they'll go to Bernabeu, they'll win.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen Liverpool beat Real Madrid before. You know, I've seen Chelsea go to Bernabeu and win. You know, I've seen these teams go up against big clubs and win the Champions League. FA Cup final. I don't think Arteta's got that, where in the biggest games, Arteta could win the Premier League. He could, because in a 38 game, I think he would easily do that. It's not difficult for him. But when it comes to the biggest moments, do I think he can be that manager taking next? No. So, but like you said, exactly the same point. I don't think he's going to get sacked. He's done too much. I don't think a lot of the blame has to go on the Kroenkes in the window. I know people are now starting saying Kroenkes need to open their book. The book's open. I think the book's open. But I also think some of the Kroenkes and some of the owners and some of the leadership might look at it and think, wait a minute, this brother has wasted a lot of money. Every window Arteta goes into their man's office saying, I'm begging for Havertz. I'm begging for Moreno. I'm begging for Calafiori. And every window they always ask him, why? Why do you want this guy?
Yeah.
Why do you want Havertz? Why do you need Moreno? Like, what are you doing?
What's the purpose of that?
What's the purpose? You brought in Neto. He hasn't played a minute. Okay, I get it. You're bringing a backup goalie. Cool. Sterling. Like, they're going to look at it and think, wait a minute, you man. You know, like a bit like Ten Hag with his transfers when he took too much control. I think take the control off Arteta.
Yeah, 100%.
Leave it to the professionals.
Yeah.
Present it with options and say, and then maybe, but we'll see. I think there's a lot to play for this season. Arteta, it's too early to judge him. Sacked and that is ridiculous. He won't ever get sacked. He's done too much for his club to get sacked. He's took us to places where we've never been. But I think people shouldn't settle. Just because we're in titled races every year, just because we're in Champions League every year, just because we've got these players at our club, doesn't mean be content with that. Because I think football moves in cycles. And I think if you don't take advantage of your cycle, you'll be back to fighting for... Look at Chelsea now. Look at Man City all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Look at Man United. Obviously, Man United for years, but look at Spurs. These clubs, they're in a cycle where they're at the bottom. We was there not long ago. We was there. And when you're at where you're at now, you have to just collect trophies.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool, they collected what they needed to collect, Champions League, Premier League. Now, then they went to fighting for top four, but they didn't care because they've got everything in the bank.
Yeah.
So we have to see with Arteta. It's still pivotal. There's still a long to be played in the season. There's still a big chunk of it. So we just have to see. Yeah. Man City at home, on Sunday, big game. Obviously, we have to get past Girona. I want to finish as high as possible in the Champions League, so hopefully we get that win. But for me, we just have to see what happens next week. Obviously, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Obviously, we'll be back with another video this week.
Yeah.
Obviously, trying to break down that City game. It's a monumental game again. It's a massive game again.
Easy win.
I hope so.
Nah,
genuinely, I hope so. I thought by then, genuinely in my mind, I used to think, we might have new players by then. It is a rival game as well. The humble stuff started from this.
It's going to be a really good game.
So it's going to be a good game. Season. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We're back now, consistent uploads, and hopefully you guys enjoyed.
Peace and love.
Peace.